Good afternoon and welcome to Ski Classics live sessions in front of a legendary Vasaloppet, the event that is often called the king of ski races. The 90-kilometer course takes skiers from Sälen to Mora, and the race is based upon a saga that prompted the birth of a nation, of course, now called Sweden. The race may not be the longest in the world, but it is certainly the most prestigious one. In today's session, you will meet some of the favorites of the race and learn what makes them tick when it comes to Vasaloppet. And for media reps out there, please remember to raise your hand if you have any questions, and I will certainly let you in. I'm your host, Teemu Virtanen, and let's get started with the CEO of Ski Classics, David Nilsson, and Vasaloppet's Chief of Sport, Tommy Höglund. So, David, Vasaloppet, of course, it's been around ever since the inception of Ski Classics. But what is the importance or the meaning of the race, for you and Ski Classics?
It's been around way before Ski Classics, since 1922, of course. So Ski Classics is the reason why we started the tour. I mean, Vasaloppet is the reason we started Ski Classics, because we wanted to show Vasaloppet to a broader audience internationally. So, and when we did it some years ago now, the feedback the first year when we distributed the TV signal international was that we should have a concept with more than one race, and then we started to build the tour, which is now known as Ski Classics. So, of course, Vasaloppet means, for everyone interested in long distance skiing, everything. It's the oldest and the most prestigious, and of course the start area is so to make the skin thrill, so to say. So very interesting race, and really happy to be here and working with Tommy and his team.
So Tommy, as David just said, Vasaloppet has a long history, 100th year celebration right now. But what's going on right now in terms of the weather and the celebrations? What's special about this year now?
Yeah, as you say, we will have the 100th edition of the Vasaloppet, and we have already come halfway in our races. We have organized races since Friday, and it has been a lot of people. We have a very high number of entered into all races this year. So I would say that we are back where we were before the pandemic, with all the amateurs and relays and night Vasas and everything. So we are back from where we were before pandemic.
And what about the weather? I mean, I heard, that it's been really warm. It's warm here in Finland where I'm at right now, but, I assume some rain might be in the air, for Sunday. Or
Yeah, we have had, in the beginning of the week, we had quite warm temperatures, but it was no problem organizing the Eksjöhus and the open races. Yesterday, we had the Vasaloppet 45 with perfect conditions, -11 degrees and hard tracks. But now today, we have a few degrees plus and foggy weather. And the weather forecast says that it will remain this warm weather with some rain and so. So it could be some challenges for the skiers on Sunday. For sure.
Speaking of which, any changes in the course if need be?
Not so far, but we are preparing some plan Bs. For example, at the start area, there is a small lake just before the road crossing. At the moment, it's not a problem there, but we are looking into a plan B as we used some years ago. We had to narrow this area, so it was maybe a 30-meter wide corridor in the left side of the lake that could be used. And then we have about halfway on the course, just before the station Evertsberg, we are going over a lake. The ice is not a problem. It's 50 centimeter thick, but it could be water on the lake. So also there we have today prepared a plan B. So we will ski very close to the main road there. So and this we will look into and see if it's needed, then we will use it. Otherwise, we will go the original course.
So since we are now talking about the course, David, I think it would be good to take a look at the course map, and you can go through the 90-kilometer course from Sälen to Mora.
Yeah, so I think most people are familiar with the course. Of course, the start is in Bergaby in Sälen, and we have, as some years ago, entered one climb at the first hill after about 3 kilometers. And then we have moved, since last year, we moved the first sprint to Smågan, which really worked very good. So there is quite tight between the start, the climb, and the sprint, the first sprint. And then the second sprint is after passing Tenning, Mångsbodan, and Risberg to Evertsberg, and where we have the sprint, and then we go downhill to Oxberg and Högberg and Eldris all the way to the church chapel in Mora, where the finish line is of course 90k from the start. And of course, Vasaloppet is also one of the Grand Classics events, meaning that you give 300 points to the winners and not 200 as in standard events. So I think that's it about the course, Clemo.
Thank you, David. And now I think it's time for questions, from the media people out there. So please raise your hand if you have a question for David and we do have Jakob Hård. Please go ahead.
Hey Tom, I have a question for you.
Yes.
About the floor testing for both the elite and the recreational skiers. Could you tell us a little about how you are going to do that, and what are the sanctions for a recreational skier that doesn't live up to the rules?
Yes, I will do that. Yeah, we have put a lot of effort into this question. So we have here on site 6 testing machines, and we have used them so far in the week in different ways. On the main race on Vasaloppet, we will have all 6 test machines on the start area. And the elite skiers, they will have fixed start positions with ski markings. So we will pick randomly skis from the start area, go out and check and leave and go back with them. For the recreational skiers, we will pick randomly skiers, and they have to follow to the floor test tent where we test the skis, and then they go back. If there should be red skis before start, the professional skiers with an active FIS code, they will be suspended by the rules, and that is the competition jury who decides that. And the normal sanction for this is not permitted to start. The amateurs, they will instead have the possibility to change skis. We will confiscate the skis which are red, and they will have them back in finish area, and they will have the option to go and get other skis. Or if they don't have other skis, we will have a limited number of renting skis that they can, no, not rent, they can loan without cost. So we will prepare some skis, skin skis and double poling skis that we will that they can use. And in finish, if somebody comes to finish with red skis, it's for the elite skiers disqualification, and for the amateurs, it will be the rule ranked as last. It means that we will take out the ranking and the time for them. That is in a short way, but finally it's the competition jury who decide. I now say what we have planned to do, but in each single case, it's the jury who decide what should happen. But we have talked about these sanctions.
And I can add, Tommy, that in Ski Classics we have additional sanctions that you get a fee for the team as well as team points removed if a team skier is pro team skier if with red skis.
Yeah.
A follow-up question: is it the same the same level for the skis to be red for a recreational skier as for an elite skier?
This will be decided by the floor test team on a Sunday morning, and the responsible guys will be it will be educated people from FIS, including Lars Karlöv, who is the main floor expert in the world, I would say. He will be at the start area and help us with reading the spectras and also make decisions what is the level. So these guys will decide this.
Thank you.
So it sounds to me that you have everything in order there. Lots of stuff happening there, and of course the floor, testing. It's quite a procedure. Any more questions before we wrap up with these two?
I would like to add one thing about the floor. We have had the whole week 2 machines in the start number 10 in Mora and in Sälen, so all amateurs can come the day before and for free test their skis, and it has been very popular. A lot of people have come there. And there we have not made any suspensions, only told them that yes, these skis are green, they are fine, or these skis should be cleaned once more. And it has been very successful, this work. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy. That's good to hear that you guys know how to do it out there. I think we move on. So Ida Dahl is there ready to be next. So thank you very much, Tommy and David. Good luck with the race, and let's hope that it's not going to get too warm and you get to keep the original course there. Thank you very much. And we have next person in line, next skier there is Ida Dahl. How are you doing? Team Engcon.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Vasaloppet, of course, there's always the #1 ski race for you guys out there. But how do you feel right now? Do you feel you prepared? Do you feel that sort of an up curve right now?
Yeah, I think it feels good.
What have you done lately to make sure that you'll be in a top shape?
Train like a little bit longer, easy sessions and some intervals. So feels like I have done what I can to be in such a good shape as I can be.
And what is the goal? You know, the podium or even to win?
Of course, to win. I think everyone who participates in the elite wants to win, so definitely. But I know it's going to be very tough for me to achieve that this year. But of course, it's my main goal.
Indeed. And then questions for Ida. Morten Long, please go ahead.
Hello, Ida. I mean, Eksjöhus was the first competition in about a month. What was the feeling in your body during the race and after Saturday's race?
Yeah, it was a really tough race for me. But I felt that I could push what I had for the day, so I'm happy with what I did. And yeah, I was. It was very like I felt it very much on Sunday, but yeah, now I think it feels better and better.
Did you get the answers from your body that you wanted to during that race, or?
I mean, of course, you want to be able to fight for the win. So both yes and no. But I mean, I didn't exactly know what to expect. So I just gave it what I had for the day, and I felt like I could. Yeah, I really pushed what I had for that day, so I'm happy with that.
Great, thanks.
And then we have Anders Blomqvist. Please go ahead.
Hey, Ida.
Hey.
Was it your lungs and breathing, or was it the muscles that stopped you at Eksjöhus?
Definitely the muscles. I had I was really sore during the whole Sunday and a little bit on Monday also. So my body is definitely not like used to do such long, hard races. But yeah, so for me it was just very good to get a race.
Did you get any reaction with your coughing or your lungs after the race?
No, it has been working very good. So hopefully everything is good for the weekend.
The rumors in Funäsdalen says that you've been speeding over the mountains really fast intervals. Is that true?
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. More questions for Ida? Please go ahead. Oskar, your turn.
Hey, Ida, Oskar Svärd here. I saw in La Diagonela that you was using really warm clothes. I know it was cold there, but anyway, it's not normal maybe in a competition like this. Did you have any problems already before that race, or what does the race who make you ill, or?
Yeah, I had big problems with my stomach before the race, but that wasn't the reason that I had so warm clothes. So it was more because I knew I had done that before once, and I knew that it could be really cold, so I just want to be safe. But I mean, yeah, my body didn't work that day at all, and after that I have really been struggling. So maybe it was something in my body that day, but yeah, hopefully that's the past now.
I hope so too, and good luck.
Thank you, Oskar Svärd, Vasaloppet winner himself. More questions, for Ida. Well, I have one. The weather. I talked about that with Tommy just before you joined us. What about that? How do you feel about the if it's going to be warm, maybe rain? Do you think that that's something that fits you well?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it could. If it's not such a fast race, it would be like a very like long and tough race, and usually that's fit me good. So yeah, but I haven't like thought so much about it. I mean, I can do something about it, so I think it's more about just being mentally prepared for everything.
But are you expecting a different type of tactics there if it's a really warm, slow conditions?
No, for us girls, there are like no tactics. You just need to keep up with the guys. So I think it's gonna be like really tough from start to finish. Yeah, even if it's cold or warm. So I don't think that will matter so much.
Indeed, Vasaloppet is always a tough race, regardless of the weather. Thank you very much, Ida. Good luck. I think we still have. Do we have a question? From Anders Blomqvist?
Yes, one more. Are you focusing on the other top girls and don't give that much thought about the men in this race? I mean, could you hunting, for example, Fleten and don't choose men's group in any situation?
You mean if I would like take it easier if I'm a group with Emilia instead of like try to keep up with the faster group?
Yeah, concerning your background now, the last weeks.
I don't know. I think that will depend on like how you feel. So if I'm struggling, maybe I will take it more easy, or if yeah, I think it's very hard to say. If you feel very strong, of course you're gonna try to push quite hard and keep up with faster guys. So I don't know. So it's very hard to like know how Vasaloppet is gonna be, because it's like you can't do so much. So I think you will just try to go as fast as you can, and if there is a fast men's group coming that you can catch up with, then I think you will do that.
Thank you.
And Oskar Svärd, did you also have a question? I noticed that you raised your hand.
No.
Okay, then Ida, thank you very much and good luck.
you.
And let's hope that everything will go well on Sunday.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And then we have the next one in line, Emilia Flet and Team Ramudden. Hi, Emilia. So how's life out there right now? Feeling ready for Sunday's race?
Yeah, hopefully I'm getting ready soon in a couple of days. So yeah, just taking it easy so far. So yeah.
But you know how to win, Vasaloppet. You did it last year. So how are you going to make sure that you could repeat the feat again?
Yeah, it's like Ida said, it's really hard to to know what's happened, because we are starting with the guys, and in the start there you just try to follow the best guy you can, and it's like really hard to say if you're strong enough to do that, if you have good enough skis, or like yeah, it's so hard to tell, but you have to have a good day and a good shape and good skis to do that. So yeah, we'll see on Sunday if it's possible to do it again.
Indeed, a lot of factors playing into it. But now questions for Emilie. Anders Blomqvist, please go ahead.
Hey, Emilia.
Hello.
How has your training been after Grön Klit and after Tjejvasan? What have you been doing those 2 weeks?
After Orsa Grön Klit, I had to rest a bit. I was really tired. It was a tough weekend. The Saturday race on Saturday was really hard on my body, so I have been trying to rest and done some training, but I have felt tired. So yeah, see how the next days are gonna be. But hopefully, I'm getting my energy back. Yeah.
Have you been tired after Tjejvasan as well, or was it Grönklitt that was the tough one?
I think Grönklitt was the tough one. It was really hard to go solo for 60K. Yeah, it was that was hard. So Tjejvasan, I felt okay, and the days after, I think okay, but hopefully slightly better on Sunday. But we'll see.
Do you have a plan for the coming days, or does your body will tell you what to do?
I have a plan. I think my plan for the next days are quite easy in the first place, so I'm just gonna follow that. I have some intervals tomorrow, so we'll see that how that goes. But I feel confident in my plan for the next days.
Okay, last question. Have you been in Östersund, or where have you been since Tjejvasan?
I've been in Evertsberg. It's where we stay here, so I stayed here after Tjejvasan with Lina and Gustav, and now some more teammates have arrived. So yeah, it's been good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Anders Blomqvist. Then more questions for Emilia. Ingeborg Schäbe, please go ahead. You're muted.
Hi, I had to figure out my mute button wouldn't work. Okay, Emilia, so you won once, and you said last year it felt like a relief. What does it feel like to go into the race this year, having had, I mean, that was your first win, and so now you've had many wins. How has that changed how you perceive going into a race?
Yeah, it's very different from last year. Now, so I don't know. I'm trying not to focus so much about it. But I try to be confident about how my season has been, that I'm able to win races. But I'm also humble to know that you have to everything has to be really good to win races. So don't take things for granted. But I know I can win races. So that's, of course, that's my goal on Sunday. But yeah, I know that things have to work out well. So
I guess what I was wondering is does it feel like, are you somehow afraid that the winning streak is going to end, or is it feeding off each other and helping you, like one more win builds one more level of confidence, or is it like you feel like this could end at any point?
Of course it could end in any point, but it can also continue. I don't think about that. I don't see every single race is like it's on its own, a new week in the new race. So I'm just thankful for the races I won, and we'll try to keep on winning. But it's hard to say.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ingeborg, and thank you, Emilia. Thank you for joining us, and good luck, of course, on Sunday. Let's see how things will turn out then, and in the warm conditions. Thank you once again, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now we should have Karolina Harestrom there ready to join us from Lager 157 ski team.
Hello.
Hello. So you feel ready and perky and ready to go and rumble?
Yeah. I'm really excited about the weekend's race.
What do you expect? What kind of a race are you expecting, tactic-wise, assuming the conditions will be quite warm and maybe slow race?
Yeah, I guess the pace will be slow, or at least slower than the last couple of years has been. But I think the effort will be as hard as usual, and as most Vasaloppet races have turned out, we will definitely try to keep up with the fast men. So I expect a hard race from the start.
Indeed. And then questions for Karolina. Morten Long, please go ahead.
Hey, Karo, what can you say about Tjejvasan? I mean, you had this boring end of it with a pole break there, but what can you say about your performance?
Well, I'm really satisfied the way both the way I did the race and also like the feeling that I got from it. So it was more like a way to get really excited to get a second chance on the last kilometer this weekend.
Did you learn anything that you could use for this upcoming weekend?
Yes, I guess like when you have a race that feels pretty good and the shape seems to be at least okay, then you can go into it with some self-confidence and just keep on doing good things during the week and like prepare the best possible, and then just give it all you got and see how long that can get you.
Great, thank you and good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you, Morten. And then we have Anders Blomqvist ready for the question.
Hey, Karolina.
Yeah.
Your double poling impressed, the high-speed double poling impressed both in Grönklitt and in Tjejvasan. Is that something you've been working with, or do you have any other feelings?
No, I've definitely been working with the high-speed double poling this season. So I think the work started this May, or when the season started, and I was like, okay, I'm good enough in the uphills, but I need to get faster to be able to do the good start and also to like ski energy efficient at the when the course is flat. So it's definitely something we've been working on, both in like strength and harder sessions during the whole year. So this was kind of the exam for it.
Yeah, it looked really good. Does that mean that you in a finish in a sprint will be faster than you've ever been as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds good. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you. And I see that Amund Riege is ready there. Does anyone have questions for Karolina before we move? Well, thank you, Karolina, and good luck. Let's see how the things turn out. Then on Sunday, of course, and good luck. And Amund Riege, good to see you there. It seems to me that you are ready to rumble as well. But what have you done to prepare, for Vasaloppet?
Yeah, right now I'm in Ebersberg with some of the team members and doing the final preparations here. So I've been training since Orsa, and I think my shape is good, but we'll see.
When you say training, what kind of a trainings after Orsa to prepare for Vasaloppet?
I did a rest period after Orsa, 2 days off, and then I started with 3 days with pretty much training with some hard sessions as well. And then I actually rested in both Saturday and Sunday as well before I traveled down here. And now these days I'm just taking it like normal training with some intervals and I have one longer session and the rest is easy.
Well, it sounds to me that you are well prepared. But Anders Blomqvist, do you have a question? Please go ahead.
Hey, Amund.
Hey.
Can you please tell us a little bit about the experience you had in Grönklitt, both the criteria and the individual time trial?
Yeah, I felt good before the races there, but on the Saturday's race I crashed after 4K and I broke both my poles, and then it took a while before I got poles, and then I I broke another one out there with in between service zones. So I broke 3 poles that day, and it took a while before I got the last one. So that was not a good experience. So I didn't really know how my shape was. But yeah, on Sunday I did a good race. I think I was 8th, and I wasn't too far behind. So at least it gave me an answer that my shape is decent. But yeah, it wasn't a weekend that I hoped for.
No, it has been a little bit hard to understand where you are at the form curve. What would you say now coming into Vasa? Is this the best you've been this season, or what do you have to expect on Sunday?
Of course, that's what I hope for. I think that my shape has been good, pretty good all the time, but I haven't maybe gotten the results I wanted for some different reasons. But it was good before Christmas, and I think it was good in January as well. And I haven't really done anything special to because I never felt that my shape has been bad at any point. But it's sometimes it feels better than other days, and right now I think it's good. I haven't done like a long distance race in some weeks, so that's what I'm most maybe excited about. But I think my ground shape is good, so I just hope that I have a good body on Sunday. That's what's important.
Do you think that you are in that shape that you could win a sprint with a lot of racers coming into Mora, or if you should win Vasaloppet, does it has to be a breakaway with a small group for you?
That's a good question. I mean, this year I haven't felt that I've been in so many sprints. I haven't been in the top group for the sprint, so that's I think it's a opportunity for me to get a good position if I'm in the sprint. But of course, I think this finish is special with it's so long, and especially Emil and Andreas has shown that they are been a bit better than the rest here in this race. So maybe I have to maybe it's better for me if I'm in a small group. But I think that's what if I have a good day, I think I will find out during the race how I want to have it. And for me last year I was dropped 10K before the finish, so the main goal now is to just be into the leading group for longer and all the way into the finish.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. More questions for Amund? Oskar, Svärd, please go ahead.
Hi, Amund, Oskar Svärd here. I have a question a little bit more for the team. Emilie have done a really good season with a lot of victories and legend status, and but you are the best in the 10th place in the total, and you have Herman Pausas number 17. Do you have any idea? I don't say it's bad. It's really good. But do you have any idea why maybe not the men have done the? You have been better before, if I should say like this. Do you have any ideas about that?
It's a good question. Of course, I think that it's been a little bit up and down. For me, it's I haven't maybe have the results I wanted, even though I feel like I've done some good races. But the total standings haven't been. I'm not that good that I hope to be. And the same goes for Herman. He has a victory this year, but he hasn't maybe gotten the results he wanted. And at least that can change now. And also Johannes, he has had some bad races, some good races. So you don't really get that high position in the total standings if you have bad races. That's the most important, to have consistent good races. So Herman has shown he has the top level, and I think if everyone now has a good shape, we can all be up there.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oskar. And luck. Of course, that's something that you all need on Sunday. So thank you, Amund. Let's hope that you and your teammate will do well, and you'll find that shape. You know that it's been maybe a little bit missing, as you mentioned. But thank you, and good luck on Sunday, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we move on to the team Eksjöhus skiers. We start with the Sophie Elebro. Hey, Sophie.
Hello.
So do you feel that you're ready for Vasaloppet now, that this will be your day on Sunday?
Yeah, I feel ready. It was good to practice with Eksjöhus on Saturday, so it feels good.
So how have you recovered from that race?
Yeah, we have been in Sälen now and have good sessions after, so now I'm starting to feel more recovered again after.
Indeed. Then questions for Sofie. Oskar Svärd?
Sorry, it was the old one.
Okay, then Anders Blomqvist.
Hey, Sophie.
Hey.
You was really good at Eksjöhus, and the sprint surprised me a bit. Are you that fast, or was it a really good sprint from you?
Yeah, it was a really good sprint, but I like when it's a longer sprint. So actually, the end suits me quite good because it's a long until the finish line. So I think it could suit me better at Vasaloppet when we have skied longer before.
And slower conditions as well, or?
Yeah, I think it also can be good for me. But actually now I also like the kind of condition it was at Eksjöhus. I have practiced a lot during the summer and before the season to be faster in higher speed.
If I remember correctly, you missed the direct contact at Auckland Bridge and up to on the brink. Did something happen there, or are you just a little bit too tired to be really in contact when the sprint started?
No, I think it just was that I was not as good as the other just in that part, but then I almost catch them again. So with a little better hill there, I think it could be possible to be faster in the end.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Jakob Hård, you have a question?
Yeah, hey Sophie, just a little on the same theme that I also was impressed by what you did at Eksjöhus. Could you tell us a little bit more? What have you done the last 2 weeks after Orsa?
Yeah, I have the days after Orsa, I just tried to rest and have easy sessions. Then me and Kati had a lot of good sessions together in Orsa, and some more speed and harder sessions and some longer sessions. And yeah, I think we have a good plan now for Vasan to be at least as in so good shape we had in Eksjöhus.
So do you practice a lot together with Kati when you are at the same place?
Yeah, we try to do the most sessions together, so all the girls in the team, and it's very good for all of us, I think.
Tack.
Thank you, Jakob. More questions, Sophie? I have one actually. Since you mentioned team training, you and Kati and Magni, what kind of sessions do you do? What is the kind of the focus on those sessions? Intensive ones, intervals? What do you focus on when you train together?
Yeah, of course we try to do all the harder sessions together with more speed and intervals and then some longer sessions too. And then we also focus in some technique and things like that.
Is it always a fight? Is it always a competition whenever you do tough training sessions?
Not always, but everyone wants to be the best. So we pushing each other a lot. So I think it's a big reason that all is so good this season.
And before I let you go, and we'll continue talking to your teammates, Magni and Kati, after this, what is the result that you are shooting for at Vasaloppet? Something that you could be happy with?
Yeah, I will try to be top 5 because it has been a big goal for me in many years. So I think if I can get a good start and then get a good group to follow, I think it can be possible.
All right, that's a good goal. Thank you very much. And let's hope that you will achieve that on Sunday.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And we'll continue with Sophie's teammate, Magni Smedas. Hi, Magni.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. You have a nice painting behind you.
Thank you. Yeah, my butterfly.
Are you going to be a butterfly on Sunday? You mean fly?
I don't know if that one is fast enough. I think I'm aiming more for an eagle or something.
Speaking of which, what does it take to be an eagle on Sunday?
Well, you need to be in good shape, of course, and then the skis is a big part of it. So hopefully we'll have good skis as well. But right now I'm just trying to gain the extra energy. 90 kilometers is far, so there's no need to do a lot of training right now and to eat little. I try to do the opposite, not train so much and eat a lot.
Indeed. Then questions for Magni. Anders Blomqvist, please go ahead.
Hey, Magni.
Hello.
How are your health? How's your health?
Well, I hope it's better. As you noticed, I didn't race the last race in Orsa because I had still some trouble with my airways, which I've had ever since Marcialonga. And I thought it was better before Orsa, but then I raced and yeah, it was painful to breathe all the way. So I've been taking it easy. I've been seeing the doctor a couple of times and hopefully it's better now. So yeah, we'll have the answer on Sunday, I think.
Is it, I don't know the word for it, is it asthma related or is it something else?
Well, first of all, it's asthma, yeah. I got it from the doctor when I was there right before Orsa. So I started on medication then, but I didn't feel like they really helped. So yeah, I've had some couple of rounds to the doctors to try to figure out which medication will help me and what can we do to make it better. But there was also a minor inflammation after Marcialonga, maybe due to something I breathed in during the race or maybe just the whole package of La Diagonela and then Marcialonga. But that one is the one that has caused the most trouble, I think, because I can't breathe when I push myself really hard. But I had a good session yesterday, a hard session inside, so hopefully it will get better.
Was that the first hard session after the criteria in Grönklitt, or has you been able to do some hard sessions but not really pushing yourself during those weeks?
No, I've only taken it easy. So the one on Monday was the first one, yeah. So I'll have a second one tomorrow and then just cross my fingers and hope for the best for Sunday.
Yeah, I understand that. But you have been, during these weeks, have you been doing strength training and things that you have lacked a little bit maybe this season because of the other injury? Or what have you been doing?
No, I've been training a lot. So I've had many longer sessions and just, yeah, easy skiing, double poling. Yeah, trying to improve my technique. I've had a lot of technique sessions with Marte, so that has really helped.
But can you do strength training now as you want to, or is that still a problem for you?
No, of course I can do strength training, but I feel like double poling is more than enough strength training right now since we're in the middle of the season. But yeah, there's no problem with my back, so I can do whatever I want to with strength training.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Anders. And then Jakob Hård, your turn.
Hey, Magni.
Hello.
Those problems with your breathing, that has occurred now? Is this something new, or have you experienced it earlier also?
Well, I'm not sure. I feel like I've always been troubled with a lot of slime. And also, well, it's hard to breathe during an interval session, of course, but I've just thought that everyone is struggling with that. So I didn't actually realize how bad it was until I was at the doctor's and did the tests. So maybe I've had it for a while. I'm not sure, but I know that I also struggled during Marcialonga last year, where I got a really bad cough the last 4 kilometers. So I don't know if the cold in Lavenosta maybe triggered it and made it worse. It's hard to say, but yeah, now hopefully things will get better after now.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob. More questions for Magni? Ingeborg Scheve, please go ahead.
Hi, Magni.
Hello.
So having had back troubles to start with, and then having some really good races, and then finding these new issues, have you like finished out your or closed out your account for bad health and bad luck for now?
Oh yeah, I really hope so. It's definitely not been my best season when you think about injuries and obstacles on the way. So I'm a bit tired of them now. I feel like I've had my dose of it. So from now on, I hope that I will have good races and good experiences for the rest of the season.
Right. So what would it, I mean, it's not that long ago that you started taking medication for your asthma. How does that affect your everyday life and managing that? I mean, like, is it hard on you to try to figure these things out, or has it been, you say you're tinkering a little bit with different kinds and yeah, is it extra things on your back?
Well, of course, it's frustrating when you get medication and you feel like they don't work. So having bad experiences when you ski races is not the funniest thing in the world. You know, it's my work. I want to do my work properly. And when the breathing is the thing that holds me back, then it's really frustrating, of course, because I know the shape is good. But it's the part of the package. I think many skiers struggles with their breathing and many skiers have asthma. So now I'm just part of that club. And well, nah, I haven't used that much energy on it. I know that there's a medical reason why I couldn't get my best out in Orsa. But I really hope that it will get better from now on because I've only skied 4 races this season and there's only 5 left. So I really want to do my best. Yeah.
I totally understand. Well, we're keeping our fingers crossed for you, and hopefully you have your medication figured out by Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ingeborg. And Anders Blomqvist, still have a question?
Yeah, one more question. Elebro was really fast on the straight in Mora, and Roivas won the sprint. Are you the fastest girl in Eksjöhus now on the straight?
Well, the level on the sprint capacity of us is really high now. I always known that both Sofie and Kati has it in them to do really good on sprints, but this one was super good. So no, I'm not confident that I'm the fastest one, but I think we're 3 pretty fast girls. So the others should feel a bit intimidated by Team Eksjöhus when it comes to the Finnish sprint on Sunday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anders, now she's very, very kindly to the others. She's absolutely the fastest one.
Thank you very much, guys, and thank you, Magni, and the good confidence there, the speed you guys have for sure. Thank you and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
And we continue with her teammate Kati Roivas. Kati, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
You made some history on Saturday, the Vasan. You're the first win ever to win that race. How does it feel now?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It was like really bigger thing than I expected it to be. So it's been something.
And the whole season's been something for you. I mean, amazing 5 podiums in a row, this victory now. Did you expect this to happen when the season started?
No, absolutely not. I mean, my goal was to podium in a race, but I wasn't expecting that it would be that good.
And then what about if you're going to be on a podium at Vasaloppet? Then all hell will break loose here in Finland.
I don't know about that, but of course, that's a big goal, but not so easy to achieve.
Indeed, it's always tough to be on a podium in any ski classics race. 10 questions for Kati. Anders Blomqvist, please go ahead.
Hey, Kati.
Hey.
You've been running down a lot of mental and physical walls this season. Do you have an explanation why that has happened?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
You've been smashing down a lot of mental and physical walls this season. You enter the first 3 and then winning big races.
Yeah.
Do you have any good explanation why you have broken those walls this year?
Well, I think it's just the thing as a whole, like the support from the team and everything around the team. Like it's been like you don't really realize how big a thing it can be before you experience it yourself. Like having so strong teammates and having Marta and having the team around and like everything done the best possible way for you. So I think it's just like the big thing as a whole that has lifted my level.
Okay. The impression watching you has been quite really, really good, but quite different. In Grönflit, you were the hardworking miner digging so deep to find your strength. And in Tjejvasan, you were the most tactical lady, just taking the position in the back of Fleten, all the last case, and just waiting for your opportunity. And that's two totally different impressions running a race for me. Is that something that you have chosen, or is it something just happens when you're racing?
Well, I think you kind of have to read the race and how the race goes, and then you have like maybe a couple of different tactics when you enter the race, and then you have to see how the race develops and then make your moves as it goes.
Were you surprised at Tjejvasan that you could hold the position in the back of Fleten? So I wouldn't say easy, but that you weren't really challenged on that position all the way into the straight?
Well, I felt like really good at the last kilometers of the race, so I was quite confident that I would give her a good fight. But yeah, I was a little surprised that I was able to arrive with her to the finish sprint. But yeah.
Thank you. I would like to see the new version of you the coming Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Jakob Horn, your turn.
Hello, Kati. This might be a hard question for you to answer, but I'll try it anyway. How come there are so few really good long-distance skiers from Finland? You are more like an exception. There are many from Norway, many from Sweden. Why are there so few from Finland?
Well, it is a hard one to answer, but I think one thing is like long distance is still absolutely much smaller than in Sweden or Norway. Like, I think it's still much more popular way to go, like everyone wants to try to World Cup. So I think it's just not quite as popular yet. I mean, the recreational long distance skiing is growing and is quite popular, especially in the south of Finland. But yeah, we would hope more pro team skiers from Finland to ski classics as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we have a question from Leandro Lutz.
Hey, Kati.
Hey.
Do you think if you have slower conditions on Sunday, you have some advantage there?
Well, I don't know. I mean, 90K is pretty long anyway, so I don't mind the slow conditions, but I don't really. Yeah, it's hard to say if I can say that it's an advantage anymore. But yeah, in a shorter race, I would probably say yes, but 90K is pretty long itself, so yeah, hard to say.
Good. And what's your ideal scenario for the finish at Vasaloppet on Sunday? Do you expect a sprint finish again?
Well, I mean, I would hope it's not a sprint finish, but yeah, it depends a little bit how the race unfolds and how the conditions end up being. But I think it is really important to position yourself well from the beginning. And for us girls, it's always a little hard to see where the others are because they disappear in between the guys. So I think you just have to focus on the beginning first and then ski all you can.
Okay, thank you, Kati, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leandro. And certainly it remains to be seen how the conditions turn out on Sunday. Thank you, Kati, very much. And let's see if you're going to be on a podium again and make some more history there. Thank you for joining us. And then we have Jenny Larsson from Team Ragde Charts. How are you feeling right now in front of a Vasaloppet?
Yeah, hi. I'm feeling good, nervous, but that's the way it should feel.
I was just going to say that isn't that the case that you always should be a little bit nervous before a big race like this?
Yeah, definitely.
So the season's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride for you, but how do you feel? Do you feel that you are now reaching the kind of the point that's been kind of missing a bit, maybe?
Yeah, that's the feeling. I would say that I've been really frustrated the whole season, coming from I would say really, really good preseason, feeling that I am better than never. But I came in totally wrong to the season, quite stressed a bit, something I really learned to never do again. But I can't blame it on I have been staying healthy since, and I have been doing good training with good results. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster, but the shape progress is going steadily upwards. So I hope to have the best day yet on Sunday.
Indeed, it sounds to me that you are ready. And then questions, for Jenny. Anders Blomqvist.
Hey, Jenny.
Hello.
You choose not to do Tjejvasan. Why did you do that? And what have you been doing after Orsa?
That was actually something me and my trainer, but especially myself, felt evaluating last season that I always I don't get enough training done, and especially mental state. If I race Tjejvasan, it's a lot of travels, always be on every weekend from January in basically. So I felt that I needed to do something new, train way harder than I usually do, and just getting hungry mentally, which was really the case. Being to answer your last question, I went to Tamdalen and did a pre-camp of my own. So I was in the tracks of Tamdalen and listened to Tjejvasan and was so excited to race, and that was exactly what I wanted to feel doing this decision. So far, I'm feeling confident it was a good decision.
Grönklitt Classic was maybe your best race this year, and then the ITT wasn't that good. Were you tired on Sunday, and were you tired after Orsa Grönklitt? And could you go into hard sessions after that weekend directly, or did you have to rest a bit and then going into the hard training?
Yeah, usually it was a tough one because I usually perform quite good 2 races in a row, but no, I didn't feel exactly the same punch as I did on Saturday in Orsa, but actually, just to be harsh, I mean, it was like 18, 20 seconds to the podium. And something I just faced is that I'm not good enough in the uphills. And I would say it's not that I can't, go faster, and it's so technique related. So it's been frustrating, and I have been analyzing a lot of Orsa and done a heavy work on that part. And I mean, you can only say what can be said 2 weeks before Vasaloppet, but I think I found something on that part. And yeah, I felt recovered pretty fast from Orsa, and I went to Dahl and started training Wednesday. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Morten Long, your turn.
Yes, hello, Jenny. It looks like it will be soft and warm conditions for Sunday's race. Will that affect your tactics in any way?
No, I've heard so many, talking about the weather and tracks, and for the girls, it's just so simple. Do a first uphill, the first hill, and then just have forces, strength to join a good backs on the way to Mora. For me, I think for me the first key is to do a good uphill in the beginning, which I have never done, and then I know that I'm really good. I think I've never done a bad couple of 60K of Vasaloppet, so I feel really confident that the time and the longer races just fits me even better.
So the day is almost decided after, say, 3 kilometers on Sunday.
But yeah, it may sound harsh, but for me, that's the way it is.
So it's full speed, just absolutely full speed from the start, or how do you act during these first kilometers?
Yeah, it's just a war out there, actually. To be true. But no, to make a good uphill, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're like, it's not a race that is screwed if you're like 10th in the uphill. But previous years, I have been like so far away from the fastest girls. So, but then I think I was like 19th last up year, and I went ending up 7th and go in Mora. So of course there's a lot to do during the last 87K, but for me the key is to do a good start.
Great, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Morten. And before I let you go, Jenny, what would be the result that you would be happy with at Vasaloppet? What are you shooting? What are you aiming at?
It's always to win Vasaloppet, but I'm really humble that it might be tough this year, but it's time to step up on the podium for me. So that is what I actually would be happy with, to feel that it was an okay race.
Indeed. Good luck. Let's see if you can reach the podium on Sunday. Thank you. And we move on to your teammate, Andreas Nygard. You're sitting in a car, I assume.
Yeah, my fiance, she's working the night shifts, so she needs to be in the apartment sleeping without me yelling in the phone.
All right, but you know how to win a Vasaloppet. You know how to win races per se. But do you feel that you're in a winning shape right now?
It's always hard to tell exactly, but yeah, I think Orsa, at least the Saturday, showed that my shape is quite okay. But I think that I maybe still lack the max power. Let's say if you look at cycling, I think I still lack something on the 1 minute max wattage. But that my 20 minutes and maybe my 5 minutes wattage is good enough to be able to win. But Vasaloppet is a long race, and I have been feeling better prepared, and I have been feeling not as good prepared as I do now, and still have done quite well. So yeah, we will see on Sunday.
Indeed, we will. And then questions for Andreas. Leandro Lutz, please go ahead.
Hello, Andreas.
Hello.
How is your injury?
My shoulder is pain-free when I'm skiing, but I am still not able to do like pull-ups, chin-ups, and push-ups and that kind of things. But my shoulder is pain-free at least.
Has it affected your skiing preparation for Vasaloppet?
Yeah,
The training
sure.
one?
You need to take it in consideration when you are training that you need to change some things. And as I mentioned to Teemu, I know that my sprint isn't as good as it was before the injury and earlier years, but Jørgen Aukland has won a sprint in Moraparken, so then I think I still will be good enough to be faster if the shape and the skis are there.
Okay, thank you and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Then Anders Blomqvist, please go ahead.
Hey, Andreas.
Hey.
What is it that you hasn't been able to do, keeping your high-speed sprint?
Usually I do strength training with weights in my belt, in like hang-ups and chin-ups and other exercises to just get a little bit more like punch, we say, like in the finish. But and I haven't been sprinting as much on training, but we had a training camp on Sjusjön last week where I was able to get in some what do we say, impulses or shorter sprints. But I gotta be honest that my maximum speed isn't as good as it was, but I think it's not your maximum speed that decides the Vasaloppet.
Okay, so you say you have a little less power when you're going really fast. How is your strength endurance-wise? Are you as good as you has been this year, or do you lack something there as well?
It depends how you define endurance, but at least on the ski erg, which I have been using quite a lot the last 10 years, I feel that I'm maybe all-time high on the ski erg in terms of steady state threshold kind of things. So I think it's difficult always to transcend it over to skiing, but I think the shape is quite good, yes.
You are one of the favorites in the strongest team, I would say, this winter. Will we see any team tactics that you could tell us a little bit out on Sunday?
Yeah, we have been really strong, and I think Kasper has been amazing and will be really, really the top dog to beat on Sunday, like kind of reminding me a bit of Emil last year, but Johan has also shown that he can be on the podium, and he will for sure go for a hard maybe last 20k, and Kasper can do several things, but we are the three guys on the team who can, based on this year, fight for the podium and for the win, and then Karsten and Torgeir will have to maybe give their poles if there will be an accident or maybe do some other work. So yeah, I think me and Kasper is like the captains with the Johan in a free role, and Torgeir and Karsten need to grind, but you never know these kind of things and who's the strongest on the day. So you just need to take it a little bit as it goes.
Last question regarding your injury. Would you like it to be a massive sprint with a lot of races this year, or would you like to get away in a smaller group and doing hard work the last 15k?
I would go for the latter one, and I hope it will be rain and not snow, because if it's going to come snow, I think it will be a big group. But I still think I can put off a better sprint than I have done the last weeks. But I would like it to be a hard race, and I think if it will be raining, it will be a really hard race. I think Kasper and Emil is the only ones who can, with good conscience, wait for as finish in the Mora Park with a lot of guys, because it's so much things that can happen, and they are the only guys with that good of a sprint. I think most of the other strong athletes will need to use their power to just try to make it hard the last 30K.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Jakob Hård, your turn.
Hello, Andreas. You have partly already answered this question, but considering what you were saying about your sprint, your short sprint, would you prefer, or would you go for a longer sprint yourself or with the help of your teammates rather than a short sprint?
I think if it comes down to a sprint and we are 5-6 guys like last year coming in the finish, the last 1K, then I just need to do the best for that sprint. Then I don't think I can go from the front anyways. Then at least I will be beaten. I don't think I would have any better long sprint than a short sprint, but if I'm feeling strong and the skis are there, I would maybe need to try something maybe around Krångåsen, 12Ks before the finish. But if it comes down to a sprint, I would aim for getting maybe a second position around the last bend, the left bend after the Auckland Bridge, hopefully with a fast guy in front of me, and try to push past the last 200 meters, because I think if I go hard from, let's say, 500-600 meters, I think the guys in the back will have an advantage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob, and thank you, Andreas. Really good analysis on the race. It's always good to hear your comments, and good luck. Of course, let's see how the race turns out to be on Sunday and what kind of a sprint finish you guys are going to get, if any. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we move on to Thomas Bing, this German this German star in the ski classic circuit. How are you doing, Thomas?
Hi. Well, quite okay.
Quite okay. Meaning exactly what? Are you a little bit uncertain about your shape, or?
Oh, no. The shape is really okay, but the last weeks of training inside and the last many times in ski tunnel and on the ski erg, it's not what I want to do when I make I would like to say, greatest outdoor sports in the world. So I not want to train inside when outside is no snow.
Indeed, and a long time ago you already said that you want to win Vasaloppet one of these days. Do you think that Sunday could be the day?
Yeah, for this normally I traveled to China to try this, and it's also not working. So yeah, I don't think that winning in the Vasaloppet will be possible this year. But on the top 6, I will be very happy with.
Indeed, good. And then questions for Thomas. Leandro Lutz, please go ahead.
Hello, Thomas.
Hi.
What's your strategy for Vasaloppet? You are always fighting alone with other teams, with many more skiers at the front. What's your idea for Vasaloppet?
Hopefully we found exactly the right ski and the right grind and structure for Sunday. And so after the first 3.5 kilometers, I can sit like downhill the whole time up to the finish. But I don't think so. It will be so. So at first fight for the climbing and then see what's going on in the race, and hopefully decide to join the right group of breaker race.
Okay, thank you. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you, Leandro. And then Anders Blomqvist.
Hey, Thomas.
Hi.
You were really fighting for the climb bib in Orsa and was super strong in the climb there. Do you think that helps you winning the climb west but not get as good result as you could get in the total? Or what do you think about that, going so hard for the climbs?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Sometimes it is the climbing point is the point where you have to be in the front to make a good result in the end. And sometimes the climbing is like in Vasaloppet after 3.5 kilometers, and then you have 85 kilometers left. And so sometimes you have to be in the front by the climbs just for be in the front in the end. And sometimes it's better just staying in the back. So in the last races in Grundlit, it was like first goal was winning the climb, and then hopefully can a little bit relaxing and get new power up to the last uphill. But winning this climb in Grundlit was so hard that I really have to fight to not fall out of the first group after it. And so on the last uphill, maybe I missed a little bit of the power.
Yeah, it is the impression when you're watching it from the outside. Is it that important for you with the climb west? Because I was thinking with, for example, Grundlit, with the finish that was so tough and so much climbing into the finish, that a sprint like that would be perfect for a racer like you. How do you reflect on that?
Steep uphills, yeah. When I can go hairy boning, then I really like it. But this time in Grundlit, it was really hard to don't skate this by this technique, because it was fast for the skis, and every time when you just push the skis, you really have to focus that you don't glide. So in the beginning of the races with this really slow conditions, it was much easier. And yeah, what can I say? When you are able to be under the first three in the climbing competition in the overall, then you don't give it away like, yeah, it doesn't matter for me, so it's okay, I only focus on the end. So then you fight for every point.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Anders, and thank you, Thomas. Let's see if you can reach the top 6. That is your goal. Actually, I think we might have a question from Oskar Svärd before we let you go. Is that correct, Oskar? You have a question?
Yes, correct. Hi, Thomas. Just one question. Since Usha, have you not ski since Usha? You have training inside, you told me. Have you done also roller ski or just inside training?
Yeah, most of the times, the intensive training, I go in the ski tunnel here. But it's really annoying when you make 2 hours training in the first part of the day, and then for the second part of the day where you go normally easy skiing and make a big loop and just enjoy, and then you have to go, okay, let's go 2 hours again in the ski tunnel or on the ski arc. So this feels really like work and not like the fun do you normally have when you ski easily for longer trips or just skiing.
I understand, but may it be good for the mental.
Yeah, maybe I have to bring my ski arc directly in front of the white wall just to make mental training. Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Then I know. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you, Oskar. So that makes you mentally strong, for Sunday. So let's see if you can reach the top 6, which is your goal. Thank you very much, Thomas.
This or it makes me empty, yeah.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we move on. Bye-bye. We should have now next there, Emil Persson, Lager 157 ski team. Hi, Emil. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good.
Where are you at right now?
I don't know, but I think I should be on right now. Maybe.
We can see you, but
you can see me.
Yeah, I can see you. It keeps cutting off a little bit, but I can hear you well.
Some bad internet here.
So where are you at? What place? What location are you in?
We're up in Eksjöhus right now.
All right. Good. For you, if you can hear me, I mean, now you kind of disappeared, but hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you good. Okay. I don't think my video working with this internet.
Okay. It's certainly been a kind of a tough year, for you, roller coaster ride for you as well. But do you now feel that you can slowly but surely getting where you should be?
Yeah, I think so. I had some easier day after Orsa. Like after marathon, I just lay on the sofa for a couple of days and to find some energy again. And yeah, I think I responded well to that. And I've had some better sessions this last couple of days now.
So maybe we'll see the good old Emil back, huh?
Yeah, hoping for that. So.
Indeed. Then questions, for Emil Persson. Oskar, I can see that you did you raise your hand, or is it the old?
It is the old one. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Then Morten, I think you were next.
Okay, hello Emil. It looks like it will be soft and pretty warm conditions on Sunday. Will that affect the tactics in any way?
No, my tactic is to win, so it doesn't depend on the conditions.
But will you do it in other ways? I mean, last year's it was pretty fast. Do you think that the race will develop in another way this year, according to the weather conditions?
So. It's been a couple of years ago since it was slow conditions. So I think it will be interesting. It's a lot of stronger guys now than last time it was slow conditions, or the top is wider now. More guys up there. So I think it will be interesting, and it's going to be more teams who can do something and be strong and have some tactics. So I think it would be interesting.
Can you say something about the trainings in Orsa, or where you've been since the competitions in Orsa? What have you done in training?
I had some easier day just after Orsa. Lay on the sofa for a couple of days, then started training quite slowly with some shorter sessions, just not to get tired too fast, and kind of evolved from that. Did a longer session today with 3.5 hours. That's my longest sessions after Orsa, so maybe I'm not that prepared for a long Vasaloppet.
But have you got the answers from your body that you wanted since the competition 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think I feel better now than before Orsa. Have some more energy during the sessions, and I feel my body is faster and better technique now.
Great. So thanks and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Morten. And then Anders Blomqvist, you have questions.
Hey, Emil.
Hey.
Can you please tell us a little bit about your experience during Orsa Grönflit criteria? What your thought was and how your body felt during that race?
Yeah, it was a special race. I had some more unfortunate with broke my poles after some kilometers there. So and that it was really chaotic race to get up in the front there. I think it wasted a lot of energy to get back. So I felt that after one loop that I wouldn't have had anything to do with the top position. So I just went in front and put a high pace and to get a hard race or a hard sessions and a hard training. So that was my plan during the race. After I broke my pole there.
Yeah, was it to help your teammates, or was it for yourself to really work hard preparing for Vasa, or what was the reason for that move?
It was to help the team and of course help to training for the Vasaloppet. So I went in front, so my teammates didn't have to do anything in the front, so they just can be back in the group and save as much energy as they could.
Yeah. If you haven't had that accident, do you think your body has been a good one regarding this year, or would you still have lacked a little bit to be able to fight for the podium, you think?
I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think I had better body last year in Orsa than I did this year in Orsa.
Yeah. Was it a difficult decision to not racing on Sunday regarding that, or was it quite easy for you to do that aiming for Vasa?
It was quite easy. How I felt after the finish on Saturday, I didn't look forward to a race on Sunday, so it was an easy decision.
Yeah. Okay, looks like a smart one. Thank you.
We'll see that on Sunday if I did the right choice.
We will.
Thank you, Anders, and also thank you, Emil. Let's see if you can find that missing shape and then fight for the podium and the victory again. I know that it's there somewhere.
Crossing my fingers for that.
Indeed. Thank you very much. And we move on to your teammate. You should have Alvar Myhlback there ready.
Alvar, är du inne? Alvar is coming on this one.
Okay, so we won't get a picture of him either, I think.
Okay. Vilken får han på? Hello.
Hello. I think we won't see you at all since the connection that you guys have there isn't good enough, I assume.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, then we'll have to do with this. But Alvar, it's quite amazing that you became the youngest skier to ever be in a top 10, and also lots of eyes are always on you being kind of the young superstar. But how does it feel when people kind of put a pressure on you, or they're thinking that you are the one?
I don't feel like so much pressure on long distance racing or ski classic racing. Often I'm not the strongest guy in the team, and we work for each other and the strongest one. So I don't have like to have a goal to finish first, but like I want to win, but I think Vasaloppet is a special race, so we will see who's strong.
But are you saying that you are feeling a little bit pressured, when it comes to traditional skiing, because you also perform there and really well? You're the world champion in the junior racing.
Yeah, I feel like it's more pressure on traditional racing. So it's good to come back and race a ski classic a bit in between the traditional races.
So it's relaxing for you just to be part of the family there. But now questions for Alvar. Morten Long, please go ahead.
Hello, Alvar. Last year you were 8th in your debut in Vasaloppet. What did you learn during that race that you could use on Sunday?
A lot. I feel like I learn something new for every ski classic race that I do. So I race and it's a long race, and you have to do a lot of rights to don't fuck up. So just don't do that, and I think it will be okay.
And what have you done in training since the competitions in Orsa?
Now I have just focused on Vasaloppet, and then it's a long sessions and just double pulling, which I didn't do before Orsa. So hopefully I'm more ready this weekend.
And what is your goal for the weekend?
It is to that the team are going to win, but I also want to be fighting for the podium positions.
Great, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Morten. And then Anders Blomqvist, please go ahead.
Hey, Alvar.
Hey.
You did a really strong race on Sunday in Orsa, very close to win your first ski classic race. You were both glad and a little bit disappointed directly after you finished that race. How do you feel about it now?
It was an amazing race, and I was not prepared on that it would be so good. I feel sometimes I could be really tired after long distance racing. So it was really good news before Vasaloppet.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like it would be a tough Vasa with long working time to finish there. Is that an advantage for you, or is it a disadvantage that it will be a longer racing time, you think?
It's hard to know when you never done it before, but often I feel like I getting better and better for the longer we go, like in the summer. But I have never done it on snow and racing, so we will see. But I think the longer the better. But yeah, we'll see on Sunday.
Yeah, sounds good. You have shown many times that you are really fast in a sprint straight when you're doing sprints. How would you describe yourself doing a sprint after a ski classic race after so many hours? Are you as fast then, or is it different for you?
No, I think it's good, but I've never got the chance to try my sprint in a ski classic race. I have been too long behind when it comes to the finish. So I don't know, but I think it will be good, and it will be exciting to try it.
Sounds good, Alvar. Thank you.
Thank you, Anders, and thank you, Alvar. Let's see if you can be on the podium. That will be quite sensational. I think you will be the youngest skier ever to be on a podium at Vasaloppet. But thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you.
And we are moving on to the last person from the Lager 157 ski team here, Oskar Kardin. Hello, Oskar. Well, good to see you, because now we can see you. We didn't see your teammates, but we can see you. How are you doing?
Yes, you can see me. I have better connection, maybe.
Indeed, you do have. But how are you feeling? Are you feeling that you are ready now? Vasaloppet could be the day that you've been waiting for.
Yeah, I'm feeling ready. So I guess we will see in a couple of days how the result will be. But yeah, I'm feeling good. So we'll see.
What have you done to prepare yourself for this race since the last race?
I've been training, some long sessions, some shorter sessions, and some intervals, and yeah, just normal training.
Normal training to get ready for Vasaloppet. Then questions for Oskar. Anders Blomqvist.
Hey, Oskar.
Hey.
You were really strong in Orsa Grönflit, returning to the podium. Was that a super weekend for you, or is it more to come?
I don't know. I think I've been feeling good since the start of January. But yeah, I broke my pole in Marcialonga, and I didn't get some good result there. And I was also feeling good in La Diagonella, I think. So I don't know. I've been feeling good in a couple of weeks. So, but last week a lot of things were going right, and good skis, good body, and no broken poles. So last week in Orsa was good, and I was up there fighting for the podium and for the win in the races. So yeah.
How did your body react on that weekend?
From Orsa weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been feeling good after the race, and the interval sessions has also been good. So I think I'm fine.
Have you been in Orsa Grönklitt after that, or have you been home to Östersund? Where have you been?
I've been in Östersund back home until Monday. So we arrived here in Orsa Grönklitt in Monday and done some training here with the team.
If I remember correctly, you have been top 10 in Vasaloppet. What would make you a podium or a winner, you think? How would that race tend to be?
I don't know. I guess I don't have the fastest speed if I compare to Emil and maybe Nygaard. So I guess I need to be strong in other places and try to get rid of them before that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Oskar Svärd, you have a question?
Hey, Oskar, you have changed to a new team this season. Can you say anything about the difference between Ragde and Lager 157?
I don't know. For sure, it's a difference. It's a different team, but like training-wise, it isn't so much difference. It's like you need to train, and it's not rocket science. Like training works, so it's hard train pays off. And but it's a different group and a little bit different group dynamic and all those type of things. But training wise, it isn't so big difference.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Oskar. Any more questions for the other Oskar here before we move on? Well, I have one before I let you go. We've been talking about the ending of Vasaloppet, sprint finish, breakaways. What do you hope to see? What kind of an ending would suit you the best?
I don't know. I hope it will be a hard race and tough, hard condition. But I hope it will be fast to stand in the ski tracks. I hate to ski between the tracks when it's faster between the tracks. So I hope it will be a race in the tracks and a hard race.
Let's see if that's the case on Sunday. Thank you very much, Oskar, Kardin, and good luck. Let's see if you're going to be on a podium again.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. And we are moving on to Max Novak, Team Aker Daehlie. Hi, Max.
Yes,
there you are, ready to rumble, I can see. How are you feeling right now? You're feeling that the shape is coming finally?
Yeah, I came down from altitude yesterday, so I had a hard session today. Not too hard, but just to feel some high pace.
It's been a bit of a tough season for you, up and down a little bit, but mentally, how have you succeeded to kind of keep it intact?
Yeah, we started off good in the Badgerstein. Then it's been pretty dark all January and Benosta as well. So yeah, it was a tough period, but you just hope for a better result next weekend. And of course, it's frustrating, but I'm pretty good at just focusing on what I can do and. I think I've managed to stay in good shape. So I felt that all the time, but then I haven't got it out. So it was nice with Orsa to see that I'm at least back in the top 10.
Indeed, and it could happen on Sunday. We know your capacity there. But then questions for Max. Anders Blomqvist.
Hey, Max.
Hello.
Can you please tell us a little bit about your experience in Orsa, how you felt on Saturday and Sunday, and if your skis were fast enough, and also what you've been doing on high altitude, where you have been and how you've had it there?
Orsa. I was pretty looking forward to it because I think we've been struggling in the cold conditions and such in Europe. So just change of scenery was good. So I was pretty optimistic, and it turned out to be good. Had no problems with the skis whatsoever, and of course I maybe when I'm in good shape, I expect more than a 7th place, but with the last month in mind, I was pretty content with the 7th place, even though I was there in the finish going up the Alpine Hill. So then I just hoped I could do something even better on Sunday, and I was 2 seconds from the podium behind Oskar. So in a pretty hard race, which shouldn't on paper suit me. So just nice to feel see myself in the top 10 and where I should be. And then I flew the day after to Zurich and went to Engadin. So I was on altitude and just did long sessions and some more threshold sessions indoors, though, because it was snowing so heavily that it was almost impossible to train outside the last days. So that was kind of a bummer, but I had I hope the altitude has done its job, and I still put in the hours, so I hope that's enough.
What kind of training did you do indoors? Was it a ski erg, or what did you do?
Yeah, ski erg. I managed to find a ski erg in a gym there. So just some 10-minute intervals to push a little, but not too hard.
On Saturday in Grönklitt, was the position into the Alpine Hill that wasn't good enough to get a better place, or was it that your strength lacked a little bit the last K?
Oh no, I had a perfect position. I was first into the hill, and then I had Kasper's back, I think. So no excuses there. I just wasn't strong enough. Especially in the very steep hill, I felt good after the steepest part, but I started to go herringbone, and I just I don't know, too bad there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Anders, and then Oskar Svärd, your turn.
Hi, Max. So why have you choose to be on the high altitude since Orsa?
That's a good question. I just I have done really hard weeks before Vasaloppet, 2-3 years in a row now, and this year I just the thought popped into my mind and I couldn't let it go, so it ended up with me booking a trip there. Just to do something different, and I mean I've had good experiences with altitude before, so I just hope that this little refuel in altitude could benefit me.
And then you say that you have done slow, easy training and threshold training. Have you, during this weeks, not been up on A3, LA, E5, or what you call it? No, really high sessions or high intensity?
No, actually not. I did mostly just distance training, and then I had 2 sessions on ski erg, but both of those were 10-minute intervals. So for around 4 in lactate, so nothing too hard. I didn't want to push it too much, but today I did a like faster session. I'm in Stockholm now at my girlfriend's. Going to Stalin tomorrow, and it was on a treadmill, so just completely flat and high speed, just to like get the feel of it.
Yeah. Last question: is Hans-Christ Stadheim the trainer of you now, or you have other trainers?
I still have like a cooperation with Mattias Räck.
Okay.
But now it's more like a mentor type of. He doesn't like plan my day-to-day training.
Yeah. Because I know that Hans-Christ Stadheim is like the high altitude training. That was my question.
Yeah, maybe I should have asked him about some tips before. I didn't do that.
Okay. Thank you, Max, and good luck on Sunday.
Thanks.
Thank you, Oskar, and thank you, Max. And indeed, good luck there. Let's see if you can improve on your Orsa's 7th place there this coming weekend. Good luck.
Thanks.
And see you on Sunday there. And we are moving on to the last interviewee, Axel Jutrom from Team Eksjöhus. Axel, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
All right, there you are. Do you feel that you're now ready for the big day on Sunday?
Yes, I feel ready.
What have you done to be so prepared?
I've been the last 2 weeks now. I've been home at my parents and just done the good training and prepared. But yeah, the biggest part of the preparations has been done earlier the year, so not much to do about that.
So you've been eating a good home-cooked food out there.
Yes.
Indeed. And then questions for Axel. Do we have Oskar Svärd there, or is it again? It's probably an old raised hand, but then Anders Blomqvist.
Hey, Axel.
Tjena.
What was your impression of your race in Orsa Grönklitt? Short?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Yes, I didn't have that high expectations because I had a short cold, and then I started to a kind of hard training block for getting good shape for Vasaloppet. So I was a bit unsure about how the shape was going to be in Grönklitt, but I thought it was still pretty good.
And that training block continued the week after Grönklitt, or how has it been?
Yeah, also quite tough week last week.
It will probably be wet and quite tough conditions on Sunday. Do you think that suits you the way you have been skiing this winter?
Yeah, I think it will suit me. I think it will probably be a hard race, and that the strongest skiers will be good in the end and will win in the end. So I hope that I'm one of the strongest and that it's going to be a fair race.
You've been in the podium in Vasaloppet. What would the optimal race for you, what would that look like going into the podium again?
Yeah, I think a hard race with high pace and maybe with some attacks at the end to break loose, maybe on my own or in a small group.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And Oskar Svärd, I think you have a question now.
No.
Okay. Any more questions, for Axel? Well, I have one you talked about the wet conditions, the tactics, and all that, and you've been on the podium at Vasaloppet. What do you think about this year and this Sunday's tactic or team tactics there? What are we going to see?
Yeah, since it's going to be wet and tough conditions, I think people are going to be offensive, and also that's been the case the last year anyway. But I think now with these conditions, I think you don't have a big advantage being far behind in the start. So I think it will probably be pretty hard right away.
Hard race indeed. Anders Blomqvist, I think we do have a question from you.
Yes. Maybe more for the viewers of SVT than for me. But where does your parents has their home? Is it close to the track?
Yeah, pretty close. It's at the 2 kilometers left side, and then 1K between the finish and there.
Okay. And the last question, how many times do you think you have been training in the Vasaloppet track in your life?
That's a hard question. A lot of times. Yeah, all my life.
Text me when you have counted.
I can try.
Yeah, thank you.
Thousands of kilometers on those tracks. Now, Oskar Svärd, I think you have a question now.
Yes, I have a question. Hey, Axel. Some of the other teams maybe have on the paper anyway, a faster sprinter than you in Team Eksjöhus. You can be fast. I know you can be fast, but anyway, if you look at Emil Persson and the Nygaard and some of them maybe on the paper they are faster. What is the plan for Team Eksjöhus to what should you do about this?
Yeah, the best scenario would be to not have those guys you mentioned in the end for the sprint. So to be able to not have those guys, it's got to be to make the race hard and to maybe send some people in breakaways or try to make them do a lot of work during the way.
Because if you look at in the other way, you have maybe, if you look at 4 athletes, you have the strongest 4-man athletes in endurance. So will we see a offensive strategy from Eksjöhus this Vasaloppet?
Yeah, I think so. We haven't said it exactly yet, but I think it will be quite offensive. Yeah.
Interesting. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oskar Svärd, and thank you, Axel. Let's see if you can be on a podium again. I know that is a goal, and team tactics, you guys will cook up with something for sure. Thank you, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you all joining us. Thank you, everybody watching this, all the skiers, media reps, and of course, be ready for Sunday when the King of the Ski Races takes place. Until then, take care and see you on